Okay, I'm playing against Rook Rider, playing as black. Playing e4, e5, bishop's opening. Is what I play. And here I think I can just take center fork trick. Yeah, this is great for me. I guess you could rotate back. If that happens, maybe I can just... I don't know where the queen goes, but could probably just go here. Maybe I'll wait to castle. Actually, maybe I can... Okay, that's fine. I don't want to tuck in here because a bishop can attack me. So maybe just here, but the rook can just kind of do stuff. Okay, I think I messed this up a little bit, but I think I'm okay because I'm gonna force a few trades. I'm gonna try to play this queenless. So if here I'm just gonna ask for the trade, because I don't want to like pull back, and this guy goes back, and then the bishop attacks me. I don't really want that situation. Okay. This person's playing pretty decently. I think I'm just gonna castle here. Yeah, I'm just gonna castle. Maybe I'll fianchetto. Fianchetto. I could even put the knight here. Oh, I see. I think maybe here, because after takes, but then you can push. Okay. It's gonna be queen takes, right? If it's knight takes, then I just win. Yep, knight takes, and I just win. Just one apiece. There's this. And then, to be honest, just develop like normal, I think. Here, my queen's in a really bad spot. I could even go for some dumb stuff here, like here. And then if... So the bishop can't takes, and then if castle, I just win a pawn. Problem is I have really bad development. So this entire queen side is kind of problematic. And I don't have an easy way to really develop it. I guess this guy can go here. But this knight will have a tough time going here until I put my rook on d8. Once the rook's on d8, this knight can't really move. So I think what I did with pawn takes is actually pretty bad. But I had a feeling that... I just kind of had this feeling that it was going to work out. And right here, I think my opponent's in trouble now. I don't think there's really a way to save everything, because you can't defend this knight. This pawn move, there's like a lot of stuff going on that's kind of not favorable. If you try to attack my queen, I just take the knight. And I'll be up 2 pieces. Oh shit, there's actually a bit of a threat here. There's a bit of a threat here. Threat is that if I take, there's actually a checkmate. I thought I was in a better position than I actually was. But I think maybe I can just pull back over here. And then win the knight this way. Because now the knight is pinned. The knight can't move because the queen is under fire. If the queen moves, this knight goes unguarded. And then if rook here, the knight here anyway. Okay, this is actually a bit of a threat. I think maybe I can... I actually can't take this yet. So... Check, take... Okay, I think I'm just gonna create luft. I think this is a decent move. Yeah, I went for material. I went for material rather than like development. So I'm kind of paying for it now, but I should still be winning. I think here... And then here, and I'm going to be safe really soon. I just want to block... Hold on. What happens here? No, I still do this, because the queen can guard the rook. So I like this move of f6. I think I'm just going to block. This is not a threat because the queen defends, but it's very easy to undefend it. And then I'm one move away from basically making sure nothing weird happens. So knight goes here. If I get attacked, I'm probably going to tuck myself away here. Okay, that's fine. Here... Yeah, I'm up a full bishop, so this shouldn't be too difficult to convert. And then I'm gonna lose the open file unless Rook Rider takes me, then I'll have the open file. So I'm just gonna take. Yeah, so I've kind of lost the open file, but down the line I can attack this. I mean, I could just ask for the trade once again. Once I ask for the trade, honestly, moving this guy to the center is gonna get you in trouble, I think. Okay, I'm gonna relentlessly ask for the trade. Just because I'm pretty sure I can convert this up a full bishop. And if Rook Rider doesn't take the trade, then I will take, and then I can win this pawn, I believe. And this check is meaningless. Yep. Yeah, so this is the one thing I had to kind of think about. But I don't think there's any sort of real danger. I can just move here. I don't really want to attack the queen just yet, because I feel like this pawn is more important to win. There's some danger, but not really all that much. Another idea is I could rotate the rook back here, but I feel that gives Rook Rider a4, a5. Does it here? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, another really passive way to play it is go back here. Or I get allow the pawn to get captured. Just here. I mean, I guess if here, then I can just take, because it blocks the communication between the queen and the pawn. And once this this pawn goes down, it's... No, I can't do that because there's this. Okay, that's very interesting. Maybe... I think now I can play this move. Now I can play this move. Break everything apart. Everything in my position is defended. Guess this could be a little bit annoying, but not really. So if here, I think I'm just gonna... No, that's not even a lost pawn. But it does give white some kind of diagonal checks. If you go here, here, it takes. Yeah, so I think now... This capture is more than just a pawn capture. It gives me communication between the queen and this thing. So at this point, I think I can... I can't do that yet. I think maybe I can... There's got to be a way to finish this off. This person's playing really resiliently. So, props to them. I think I'm just going to rotate the knight, because this knight is kind of causing me problems. Yeah, this knight's causing me a lot of problems, because I can't move the bishop, because the knight would be unguarded. So I just want to rotate it around. So this is kind of this is a fake threat. Like, it is a threat, but it's not my main idea. My main idea is to just get my knight safe, so that there's no weird stuff going on. Forking the queen and the pawn. Honestly, Rook Rider 881 is playing pretty decently here. Check. I think this is a little bit better. Attacking this, there's no way... I mean, there are ways to defend it, but defense, like, that's not really what I'm going for. What I'm going for is to secure this knight. I think maybe I can go check first. Okay, maybe I could do this first. I don't think there's any checks that make sense. Oh wait, I am the one checking, so I should be okay. And here, just take a free pawn, and I think I'm good. I don't really see that many sources for counterplay. And then if white's not careful, I can just queen trade over here, force a queen trade, and then I'm up a piece and 2 pawns. Like, this is a 2-on-2, and then this is a 3-on-1, and I'm gonna be up a piece. So if Rook Rider is not careful with this kind of fork, okay, this also forces a queen trade. So just very clinical. Takes. I think maybe I can, right after the queen trade, I can play this move, and then bring my bishop here to target the pawn, and then if put advance takes, and I can march. So yeah, honestly a pretty decent game from Rook Rider. It's just like a piece blunder at the beginning, knight blunder, and I just kind of went from there. Not the worst move, not the best move, not the worst move. I'm just gonna play here. Force the pawn forward. I don't think there's a way to defend. You have to attack. Do that. And there's... Whatever you do, I'm going to capture this. If you advance, I'm going to capture. If you don't advance, I'm going to capture. And there's no way to defend it. Yeah, I'm just going to capture. Okay, and this should be game. Because there's no checks or anything that makes sense. Okay, that's actually a pretty cool move. Thing is that no, there's this move as well. So just keep it simple. There's no way to fork a king and a knight because a knight can just take. So now I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna convert this. I'm gonna convert this 3-on-1 situation, and pawns are frozen. There's nothing you can really do. Oh, I had here. This is a clinical way to end it. And here, and that's it. GG. I wonder if this person wants to play another game after this. I know it's like a rating disparity. Want to do one more. Okay, so now I get white. So my opponent played the bishop's opening. I'm gonna do the same thing because this is kind of like the opening I play. So I was a little bit surprised to see him play bishop's opening because that's kind of like what I like. So I'm not gonna. I think I can do this. Maybe I'm gonna like go for some trick here. Go for some trick. Normally I would wait till castles, but I don't think Rook Rider's gonna castle queenside here. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I just play this move and castle. Maybe I won't castle yet. I'm gonna wait for Rook Rider to castle before I castle. And then I think maybe I could kick you out like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna castle just yet. Yeah, okay. Rook Rider might not want to castle here. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting. Oh man, okay, hold on. Let me think about this. I think maybe here takes, and the pin is on. And once a pin is on, good luck. I like this idea though, because it makes my casting job harder. But when you go too aggressive like this, okay, that's a step in the wrong direction, I think. I think I can just take, threatening the knight, and then I could put the bishop behind. Oh man, okay, I didn't see that coming, but I think that's pretty close to being a blunder. Because, okay, hold on, I need to take care of business first. I need to take care of this pawn. Or I could like force you out like this, but I don't think that's good. Here, takes. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this, take care of this pawn first. There's a lot of danger here for both sides, actually. And I can't really move this pawn yet, because there's this square. But I think... Yeah, there's like all sorts of danger here. I'm just trying to... I'm trying to think of a way to smoke this knight out. But maybe I don't need to. Maybe I don't need to. I think an interesting idea I have is knight here and then here. If knight jumps in, I'm just going to take. So I think I'm going to... Here. I've also got this idea, which looks pretty annoying, but what happens if rook comes over? Or, you know... Here... I don't really like that much. Maybe I just go this way. I don't know if that's a blunder, but it should be okay. I actually don't mind this idea. But the knight can come back. But then, no, that's kind of horrible because this pawn's still supported, and then the queen can come in. So yeah, I think that idea is very difficult to deal with. I feel like that's a step in the wrong direction. Because if knight takes, the pin is on. And this is just extremely difficult to defend. Queen comes in. This is extremely difficult. Yeah, if castles, I just instantly win. This game was... I think the first game was a much better game. This game, he just kind of went crazy with like the h-pawns. I think when there's such a high rating disparity, you want to play kind of crazy. If the rook tries to defend, I mean, if the king tries to defend, I'm just going to take. Which could be playing with fire. I fully understand that. And also, after this capture, this rook or this bishop is looking pretty decent. I think this is over. I don't think there's any way to defend this. I think I could beat Magnus Carlsen from this position. If rook defends, okay, that's it's a good try, but have this pawn move. Very good, very decent attempt. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. Yeah, I could beat Magnus from this position. I think queen here right now would be a mistake. I think I just need to take. I think I want to pin you this way. The reason I don't want to go here is because if the knight moves, it's just going to be a fair trade. So I want to go here. Or I could just take the bishop. That's good too. Maybe I'll just take the bishop first. Keeping in mind that the knight actually can't take here. Because, yeah, my position is... I'm like hugely ahead. No way to defend this. So I could take the bishop. This is lights out too. Queen h6. So that if the knight moves, I can take with the thing. But if knight moves, there's also... Oh, this check after. Yeah, okay. I think this is fine. Check. Let's just go for this. So if moves, I got a pocket check. That's kind of the idea. If you threaten my queen, I got a pocket check, and then I can win the queen. And then if here, I just go back. Like this is a pretty good try, but it doesn't quite work. Take. Yeah. If the rook attacks, I just take the check. Yeah. Okay, I think now I begin the fireworks. I think I do... You know what? Let's just play this super clinically, because there is this move. So let's be really clinical here. And now I can begin the fireworks. Let's do this guy first. And now this cuts into the position, and there's no square to move to. Here is not available. Here I got a discovery. You have to take with the rook, and if you take with the rook, I might just take with the queen, to be honest. Just simplify, you know? again, it's a pretty good try, but I gotta double check now, so. And then, is there something fancy? I don't think there is, but I win the queen, and then once a king takes back, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. Honestly, like even after the blunder, Rook Rider did a pretty good job. So bishop's opening, blundered the fork trick right away. So normally you would maybe pull back and preserve the bishop. But even the way that I played, I did not do a good job of developing. I think now that I look at this, I think this would have been a lights out move, but I'm not really sure. Because there's like this move, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, so the reason I developed first is because I wanted to castle, but I think knight, like looking at the way the game went, knight out would have been better, because I would have been able to develop a lot easier. Um, hmm. It's interesting because this weakened, yeah. So this pawn over here ended up being pretty a weakness that I was able to target later on. Computer saying just thin out the board like this. You know, something like this. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. So whichever way you block, I mean, you can move your king, but that's a huge advantage for me. And whichever way you block with, I think I can take the pawn. Is that the move? Is pawn takes? Yeah, taking the pawn is a move. So that's pretty interesting. Computer's even saying moving the king's better. Yeah, so I didn't quite see that. I mean, I did see the check, but I didn't see how powerful it was. I didn't really appreciate how weak the d pawn was. So yeah, here, what I saw is check here, here, here. That's kind of what I saw, and this looked pretty even to me. I guess in this position, I had some. I don't think I had this because the knight can come out, but yeah, now that I look at it, it's pretty good. So I was under some fire. Takes. Okay, so the computer does bless what I did. This is kind of where the blunder happened. Knight takes, and then queen taking, and I'm taking this with check. So this is kind of like a huge thing. I think queen takes, and the position, like, come out here. Yeah, taking with the queen, I would have done this. Computer is still saying this check. Thing is that at lower levels, you want to kind of save the check for a rainy day. You want to maybe bring the rook here and then deliver the check. It's not gonna work at higher levels. If I'm playing against like an 1800, I would just play good moves. But I think like below 1400, even like at my level, you could play this move first and then go for the check. So yeah. From here, honestly, white played pretty well. Oh man, I have a blind spot for this G-pawn stuff. It's really bad for me. So here my idea is just winning the pawn with check. And here there's actually some danger. I shouldn't have played like this. I think... Yeah, I shouldn't have played like this. I should have just developed maybe my bishop somewhere. I'm not really sure what would have been a good square for it. Because if... No, this would have been fine, because if takes, I can take with the queen. And then if like the rook attacks me or anything like that, I can ask for a queen trade. So yeah. So this is the way I did it. So there was actually danger here. It looks like I'm winning the knight here. But this is a huge blunder. I actually blunder my queen here. Because if takes, that's checkmate. So I saw that the knight was hanging. But luckily, I kind of realized that there's a checkmate. And I kind of resisted the urge to take the knight. And I was also looking at this move order. Takes, check. That could have been fine actually, right? No. Because if rook takes, queen takes, and then it's the same back rank problem. So here I went back. Computer's giving this pretty aggro move. But I went backwards here. The idea is that I'm supporting the rook. So doubling here, yeah, I didn't really see a good response. I thought that if I went bishop here, which is what I wanted to do, to kind of like clog up this file, I felt like if here, this is like, okay, I didn't realize it was this big of a blunder. But yeah, I did see that after takes, you win the pawn with check. And this is like, I moved here. You still gotta no, that's checkmate. That's checkmate. Because check here, check, yeah. So yeah, I didn't want to move the bishop here because I saw the knight capture. So I decided I'm just gonna create some lift first. And this, I think, helped me a little bit. I think my queen was in a pretty bad position. So where did I move? Yeah. Yeah, I saw this just now. I think I'm pretty happy with how I played it here. Because it allows my bishop to come here. And there's no like ruining my pawns or anything like that. So here, I kind of got out of the woods. Okay, so I guess computer's saying takes. I guess rook has to take, and then I could come out here. I guess. I guess this move order is okay. I was thinking that with my move order, there was a chance that if I do the knight first, there was a chance that Rook Rider would take me, and then I would grab the open file. So that's kind of what I thought. And then I also, although I think this could have been a good try, because if the queen takes, and we see that he blundered with taking with the wrong piece earlier in the game. So if the queen took, I grab this pawn, and there's like zero initiative left. So this was a good move. It caused some problems for me. I did not want to play here. Even though it's a safe square, and it's constantly ticking this pawn, I didn't want such kind of like one-dimensional knight. I wanted it back to support my king, because I knew that the 3-on-3 was not an issue. So I went here. Yeah, computer's saying this is fine. I just kind of thought that I thought that this structure was going to be kind of weakening. I didn't think, but then I guess this tickle pressure was pretty good. Here I didn't really see. Okay, I went for the trade. I didn't really see. I gave the open file away because I realized there's very little chess to be played, so I just went for the trades. Yeah, and here there was like a lot of tactics where I wanted to win this pawn, but I couldn't because the rook was getting hit. So that's why I moved the rook here. So here, this was not scary at all. Did I take that? No, I didn't take it. Yeah, so here, again, just taking... Or right here. I had some sort of a maneuver to get back onto this square because I saw that there were all sorts of tactics here. Like I couldn't take this pawn ever. Later on, we'll see. Right, so here I really like this move. I take and then yeah, this maneuver. Yeah, just to rotate it back here. And this is a fork. I don't think there's a good way to really defend it. I guess this is a way to defend it, but I didn't really think it was really that possible to defend it. Here, I thought that this pawn was actually pretty powerful, or if there was some sort of checkmating potential, it would have been with that pawn. So I just wanted to reset the position like that. And here, yeah, so in this position I was mentioning, so let's say you move like this, check, and this forces a queen trade. Computer saying it's like a bad move, but I mean, come on. So here, once the queens are off, there's nothing you can do. This is a good try, trying to put pressure on the thing. My idea here, I mean, if you played any other move, let's say, I don't know, something like this. I would have locked up the position and then done this. So that's kind of what I was going for. So that was a pretty good game. Trade. Yeah, this is a good defense as well. But 3-on-1, like this isn't what really matters. It's a 3-on-1 over here, and I could win that pretty easily. Yeah, so end game, that was just conversion. And I finished it off with a nice tactic here. I noticed discovered attack, so I just picked up the knight, and it's, yeah. So let's go to the second game, which I felt was a much worse game. I don't think Rook Rider played that well this game. I mean, for 900 it was okay, but I think there's a lot of opening mistakes here. So here, much like Rook Rider, I played the bishop's opening. So Rook Rider played the knight out, which allowed the fork trick. So I've run into this a lot, so that's why I know to always defend with the pawn. And here, yeah, like normally I do, like the computer did teach me this move to go for the bishop. Bishop pulls back, and there's gonna be constant pressure on a2, but I don't really care that much. Computer's saying that's fine, and my plan here is to push f4, and having just like trading off the bishop, it makes f4 a lot easier. So yeah, computer taught me that move, but I wanted to like test this guy a little bit, see if this person notices this move. So when you have this pin, putting pressure on the pin piece is always great, and the easiest way to put pressure is here. There's also like another way to do it, and that is to put the queen here. And that's because, you know, I play the bishop's opening. Because I'm playing the bishop's opening, the entire point is I don't put my knight on f3, which gives, I mean, usually queen f3 is pretty bad, but in this kind of position, it could be okay if I wanted to load up the pressure. So yeah, so playing two moves like this, I don't really mind it that much. I usually allow this capture, but I thought, you know, why not do this? And usually, like, I do like when people do this, I do like this kind of pawn structure. Like the doubled C pawn, it's actually pretty good. I could break like this. It's pretty nice. But I was like, you know what? I wanted knight e2 anyway, because it supports f4, which is the entire point of the bishop's opening. At least the way I play it. So interestingly enough, computer just wanted to take. I think the reason, yeah, I see. I think takes, and then if queen takes, I have a fork. I think that's the idea. So you have to take like this, I believe. I don't think queen trade. Okay, really? Oh, I can't. Right, I can't do this yet. But after I castle, then this is gonna be a big threat. And the queen is pretty bad here. So yeah. Pretty interesting to just take like that. So again, moving back, I might have taken, but I wanted to test the guy a little bit, and he plays this move. I think you kind of have to play this, because if you don't, then I'm just going to castle, and I'm going to play this move. Yeah, so I think this was a little bit too much. And this was really the beginning of the end. So yeah, I don't normally see this move, but I do see it on the other side with bishop's opening, because your bishop is here on c4, and then you trap it in with d3. A lot of players will go for this kind of storm. So I am familiar with, you know, if this sort of thing happens and, you know, there's a threat of a bishop trap, I do know this move. And the idea here is that if takes, then this is the same problem as before. There's a pin here, and there's always going to be this kind of idea. And then if you don't take, yeah, so I think one of the problems is there were 3 bishop moves that didn't do anything. This ended up being pretty good. I think I needed to deny this move, because this move gave me a bit of problems. I kind of wonder if f3 was... No, I don't think f3 is good, because it blocks my queen eventually, which I will eventually want to do. So yeah, computer likes this move. I think this was like the one good move that my opponent played this entire game. And from here, I think I had two moves. I wanted to hang on to this pawn because if the queen gets here, this is kind of a. I don't think it's losing, but it's big trouble. So here, yeah, the queen likes. The computer likes to defend like this, and the reason defending like this is better is because I can prepare to castle, and there's no pawn storm or anything like that. So yeah, normal move. I saw this move over here, but then I could just capture. So it's fine. Oh wow. Computer likes. Okay, that's pretty cool. Computer likes to just open up the B file and attack this way. Because black is so underdeveloped. I didn't attacking via the queen side did not even cross my mind. Not even cross my mind because look how open the king is, and I'm pretty good on this side. So I moved my queen here, preparing for the castle, and to eventually prepare to get my queen in eventually. And this ended up being pretty good. It allowed my queen access to h6, which will become a problem. And this was a huge problem. This was a huge, huge problem. I think, yeah, development would have been good. So it takes. And this is a problem because on the next move I got check, discovering the queen. So yeah, this is a big, big, big problem. I think maybe king f7 could have been good. But yeah, this is a horrible position. Because now the knight goes back, so you don't have this pressure anymore. This was like the one thing that Rook Rider had going from. And this reinforces, like this problem is worse than before. Because now your king is wide open. So when I do win this piece with a pin, this is going to be a big problem. And you can't take because I'm going to take the queen. And a thing that's even worse here is that you can't even, like this knight is on c6. You can't even play pawn c6, which is probably the only way to really rid yourself of this kind of problem. So even if you try to chase my knight away, I can just bishop takes immediately. And this is trouble. Computer saying the queen sack is the best move. So that really shows you how bad this position is. And this is a good try. This skewer. This kind of happens a lot where I accidentally save myself. I get skewered, but I'm okay because I have this square. And I know I'm always going to be okay here. Like there's never going to be any problem. So I block it. At this point, I considered just like taking right away. I even consider like going out. Yeah, right here. I considered doing this move right away. Computer saying this is the best. But I thought that just taking the free piece first, I'm still gonna have the same thing. It's still gonna be the same. So here, and then the knight can't even take this pawn because it's guarded so many times. Even if you take here, like if you take here, I take the queen. Like what do you have to play for, right? I think the idea here was push back, which is it's a decent try, but it doesn't really do anything. I think if you're gonna do anything crazy, go a5 right away. Like, I understand this knight's in trouble, but like, what can you do? So here I add the pressure, and there's no way to defend this. So here I could have just taken, but I saw there's like shenanigans, and I know that this pin isn't going anywhere. Like there's no way to defend it. So I just decided to play it safe, just to take it, and the pin is still there. All the problems are still there. So now I decide to liquidate, and I wasn't sure what move order was best. I wasn't sure if I should have done this, but I felt like there's some like. I felt like I was putting them off the hook if I did that. Like the check is more forcing. Check is more forcing, and honestly, if takes with a rook, I was considering just taking with the queen. And just like get the queens off the board, and I'm winning. Like I'm winning bigly. And if something like this, something like this. Honestly, what, what, what can you really do? Yeah, so I think a better thing, because this walks into the pin, so it's like even worse than before. I think a better try would have been maybe something like, oh, you can't, right? You can't even go here. Yeah, yeah. I calculated all this. I did see this in the game. I don't see it now because I'm kind of like stupid post game. Uh, but yeah, I saw no way other than to liquidate, and this just made things worse. Wow, computer's saying, oh, mate in one. I missed mate in one. Yeah, yeah, you know. Why win the queen when you can win the king? So anyway, this second game was much worse. The first game was pretty good, but this game was just like demolition, and it wasn't. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, GG's. Thank you to Rook Rider. Those are fun games. First game was really fun. You played well on the first game. So yeah, GG.